Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel and to our series on pull-ups. Now in the previous two videos, which I'll link down in the description, we first learned how to do our first pull-up, if you couldn't do any at all, and then we learned how to increase the maximum number of pull-ups that you can do. So now that you're a pull-up master, let's look at some different variations of pull-ups and what different muscles they might work. Here we go.
Now for any pull-up exercise, the main muscles you're working are shown on this anatomical picture. On the front side, which is the picture on your left, you have the biceps and the forearm muscles. On the rear side, which is the picture on your right, you have the lats and the teres major muscles. Basically, all pull-up variations will work these as the main muscles, with different variations having focuses on areas more or less. In no particular order, here we go. For the normal grip pull-up, our bread and butter, you're working the forearm muscles such as the brachialis and the brachioradialis, as well as your large back muscles such as your latissimus dorsi, rhomboids, and the teres major muscles. For the Chinup Grip pull-up, with your palms facing you, you're putting less emphasis on your forearms and more on the biceps. This variation is typically easier for people to do because it involves more commonly used muscles. However, in terms of practicality, the reason that the military, for example, tests palms away pull-ups instead of palms facing you chin-ups is because scaling a wall or any situation where you're having to hoist yourself up over an obstacle is likely going to be done with your hands facing away rather than towards you. Next, we have the neutral grip pull-up, which is palms facing each other. This grip works the forearms more and the biceps less. Many people will find this to be an easier variation of the pull-up as well, either as easy or easier than the chin-up grip. This can also be a good grip if you have shoulder problems, as it puts the shoulder in a more neutral position. Now we're getting a little fancier with the behind the neck pull-up. This will be one of the hardest pull-up variations on our list. Here, we're working the arms less and the back more, and drawing in some upper back muscles like the trapezius. I find this to be more of a novelty exercise for showing off and wouldn't include it as part of my normal workout. Be careful of hitting the back of your neck on the bar at the top. The wide grip pull-up is easier than the behind the neck pull-up, but still very challenging. You should remember it from part 2 of this series. Here, you're again working your back more than your arms, so the focus is mainly on your lats, as usual, the teres major, and some traps. There's some focus on the forearms, of course, as well, but comparatively little focus on the biceps compared to some of our other variations. Now we're moving on to weighted pull-ups, which is just as it sounds. Instead of making the pull-up more challenging by changing hand position, we're now adding external weight to increase difficulty. Here, I'm using a weight belt with a chain attached for this purpose, which you can buy anywhere that sells fitness equipment, and a 25-pound weight. The beauty of the weighted pull-up is that you can use any weight you want, starting as low as 5 pounds even, and go up to as much weight as you want. As far as muscles worked, it's the same as whatever hand grip you're using, just with the added resistance. I highly recommend weighted pull-ups if you're looking to change your pull-up routine. Moving on to another popular accessory, here in doing towel pull-ups. These are also extremely challenging when you first start. It's great for grip work, and as such, it's probably the best exercise on our list to place emphasis on the forearms and hands. Otherwise, it's the same as a neutral grip pull-up. To start, try a thinner towel as long as it's strong enough to hold your weight. These towels I'm using here are pretty thick and make things difficult. If you practice a martial art that uses a gi, such as judo, taekwondo, or Brazilian jiu-jitsu, some people hang their gi over the bar and grip the sleeves. The final variation I'm showing here are one-arm pull-ups. The way I'm showing it here is for the most part a trick and good for showing off, but I don't consider it to be a useful variation for the purposes of building muscle or increasing pull-up capability. The trick I mentioned is that although I'm grabbing the bar with only one hand, I'm actually still pulling with two since my other hand is on my wrist. These are still difficult, but once you can do 10 or so pull-ups, you should be able to crank out a couple of these without issue to impress your friends. A true one-handed pull-up with no assistance from the other hand is a very difficult feat to accomplish.
Alright everybody, so there you have it, 8 different pull-up variations, including one that's kind of a trick, pretty much fake, but fun to do for your friends. I also wanted to mention, if you're having problems with your grip, there's this stuff. It's called liquid chalk or something similar to that. You can find it on Amazon or anywhere. It's an alternative to a brick of chalk or a bag of chalk, but it really helps with your grip, not just for pull-up, but any pulling exercise, deadlifts, what have you. And you can usually use it in your gyms, even if they don't allow chalk because it makes a mess. This stuff doesn't. So good luck, guys. So with that being said, that is our improvement for today. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and put that down in the comment section. I'll be sure to answer. Good luck, and as always, I know we can do this together. See you next time.